Okay, good morning, everyone. It's an honor for me to be here to share some opinions on copy. My name is Yu Xiaobin. I'm from Neusoft Rich, which is one of the automotive basic software company in China. Okay, here are the contents of my representation. So looking back to the automotive industry from the beginning of fuel vehicles in 1886 to the maturity of electrification in about 2020. Each stage has spanned for decades, but driven by the SDV and AIDV in the recent years, the software has explosively grown in a very large scale in automotive history. So we think that software and AI has become the irreversible factor of the industry, and also has brought some uh, subversion to the industry from the R&D and production to product form, and also from industrial division of labor to user experience. For automotive software, the traditional development paradigm is service oriented, and all the things the developers do are implementing the functions in distributed ECUs. Therefore, the platform is fragmented adaptation, and also for functional safety and cybersecurity, they are all independent for the ECUs. And also the integration model follow a chimney style. But in nowadays, the software development paradigm has been fully shifted to service-oriented architecture. And by this time, the core abilities of sensors and actuators are abstracted into standardized, discoverable, and callable service interfaces. And also, the platform provides unified API and communication middleware to share the differences between lower layer chips and hardware peripherals. And also, the uh, platform also built a high level of functional safety and cybersecurity framework for the hybrid critical systems. And for integration, it was standardized to a few pattern of standardizations. So it makes heterogeneous models of hardware can realize plug and play, and also improve the collaboration efficiency. But as the development of the software and the system has become more and more complex, we think that the complexity of the system comes from different reasons. The development of MCUs pursue high stability and certainty, but at the same time, the development of the SoCs pursue high computing power and iteration speed. At the same time, the introduction of new techs such as AI has brought a big challenge to the industry to integration all of these techs and to balance the stability, certainty, and the new techs. And also for automotive software system, it have to meet the different regulatory requirements in different regions. So it brought a very complex situation for the automotive software. And faced such a situation, we think that there are two paths to take: the cathedral and the bazaar. We think few companies in the industry can take the cathedral model. They must with very good software development abilities and also ecosystem construction abilities. They can do most of things by themselves and build a ecosystem dominated by themselves. But for most companies in the industry, they cannot cover the entire scope of the automotive software. So they have to change from closed to open and also from vertical to collaborative. And they have to rely on the ecosystem with open environment and to achieve their own business goals. Fortunately, we have some examples to take. Just as a mature model of Linux, Android, we think that for automotive software, we can create a full stack standard, including operating systems, drivers, and basic software and middleware, and forming an architecture with hardware abstracting communication, functional safety, cybersecurity, and then we can construct a reusable and scalable software stack. By doing this, we can standardize the best practice from the partners, and then we can reduce costs and improve efficiency for the large scale software implementation. And then here comes the copy. Before copy, there have some open organizations and open source projects in the industry. For example, in China, the AutoSemo is an organization that released specifications of SDV on basis of AutoSAR, and some other projects. For example, the Easy X-Men released by iSoft, and the Hello OS first released by Li Auto, and the OpenSDV, which is led by the Chinese Academy of Science. They are all explorations of automotive basic software in China. And globally, there are lots of open organizations and open source projects too. For example, Eclipse SDV, Sophie, and Conversa. Both of them are very excellent organizations which can help us to build our SDV solutions. And for AutoSAR, we think that it has been, in fact, standard for the industry, but it only released specifications in past days, and after the launching of copy, it will release source code. And then the copy comes timely. We think copy is the copy is the code baseline of the AutoSAR adaptive platform, and it's initiated by the alliance and will be built jointly by global members. We think it's a core carrier of AutoSAR from architecture level standardization to code level standardization. The code baseline released by copy is not anymore a demonstration or example. It's aimed for mass production, and it aims on write once and run everywhere. So we think that copy is a core cornerstone of opening up the last mile for the AP standard, because it's implementation of the AP standard. So for lower layers, it will eliminate the underlying differences between different chips and operating systems, and it will implement the functional safety and cybersecurity features and provide a unified interface and a standardized development paradigm for the application layers. All of these are described in the specification. And we think that the core value of copy comes from different dimensions. If it can be widely used, it can, because it follows the currently standard, so it can be a implementation path of SDV standardization. And also, the very important feature about AutoSAR is its functional safety and cybersecurity. So copy will provide these features and makes it a very solid foundation for the upper layer applications. And also by tangible and visible code, we think that for the whole industry, they can rely on this base, and also to reduce some different constructions, and can help all the engineers in the industry and make them to share knowledge between each other and from OEMs and suppliers. And the last, we think it's a benefit for AutoSAR itself. It's a transformation of AutoSAR standard from specification driven to specification code dual engine model, which may make AutoSAR adaptive platform much widely used. Okay, to implement copy, we think that systematic considerations should be carried out. The first thing is about standardization. And currently, a lot of different AutoSAR vendors will follow the standard, but they also has some customized extensions or customized add-ons. They use this to build their own advantages for their customers, but it also makes users difficult to change from one vendor to another. And it's the shift between these lower layer platforms are not smoothly. So it's not the original intention of AutoSAR. So we think that for copy, it must strictly follow the standard, follow the specification, and only by this we think the upper layers can rely on the basis, and by this they can reduce the costs of building the software stack in AutoSAR adaptive platform, and focus on business innovation and help the industry collaboration. The second, I think we think that it's the most important thing for AutoSAR is about its functional safety and cybersecurity features. Only the foundation is solid enough, it's reliable, it's safety, it's secure enough, so the upper layer applications can have little mind on the lower layer, and they can use this to build a very solid software system. And also, for OEMs, they may have requirements about the certification. So we think that the development process should also follow the automotive standard, which can help the users to certificate their own products by using copy. Maybe we think that copy should provide some development documents in the development progress. And by this basis, we think that AutoSAR should be flexible for lower layer chips and operating systems, because for copy, we think that it's just like a software supplier to the users. But for the users, they don't have a unique platform with same hardware and same operating system. So if copy want to be used widely, it must be flexible enough to adapt it to as much as operating systems and chips as they can. So for this, if we do this on copy, we can achieve truly decoupling from the upper layer applications and the lower layer hardware platforms. Then both of them can advance in parallel, which can greatly improve efficiency. Though for now, copy did not contain a tool chain, but in our opinion, that you cannot use copy well without a tool chain. So we think that copy, maybe it should provide a tool chain in the future. And for currently, as we know that most of AutoSAR tool chain are focused on configuration. You can import your AI XML files, configured by GUI or automated scripts, and then verify it, generate code, and manifest. But after that, the developers have to change to some other tool chains to write their code, compilation, deployment, and debugging. So we think that we can provide a whole lifecycle tool chain for copy to help users to improve their efficiency, and then we can automate some process in this stages. So we think it's very useful for copy to provide a tool chain, and also as the development of AI, we think it's very useful to integrate the tool chain with AI. AutoSAR has a well-defined schema and a lot of specification documents. So we think it's not difficult to integrate the tool chain with AI abilities. For example, we can use AI to finish the configuration. The users can use natural languages to describe their configuration requirements to the tool chain, and then the tool chain can automatically finish the configuration and generate AI XML files. Besides configuration, we think that AI can also help the users to answer their questions, to generate some business code and generate some testing code for them in AutoSAR related fields. So we think that the toolchain can be not difficultly generated with AI to help the users to be easy, to help the copy easy to be used and help to improve their efficiency. And the fundamental purpose of open is about collaboration in the ecosystem. So we think that if copy want to be used widely, they must cooperate with most of enterprises in the industry. For example, the operating systems tiers and the OEMs, and also the chip manufacturers, and also some currently as AutoSAR vendors. All of these forces can work together to build a reusable and scalable software platform, and make, for example, to make it very stable and very solid foundation. Okay, at last I will make a brief introduction about the Neusoft Rich's exploration on AutoSAR and the Wilco operating system. Neusoft Rich has began to lay out automotive basic software started in 2016, and start from the AutoSAR Classic to the first domestic release of AutoSAR Adaptive in 2017, and we have participated in Chinese automotive basic software from its starting to prosperity. And also, after about 10 years, we have complete full stack vehicle operating systems, and also makes large scale commercial use of mass production. For the diagram here, the Neusoft cycle is implementation of AutoSAR Classic, and Neusoft Eco is the implementation of AutoSAR Adaptive. And all of this, we have a lot of mass production experience in China, and also our products are now is very stable, safety and reliable, and we have implemented fully functional features for the upper layer services. The middle layer is Neusoft Service Framework. It's a product that makes our best practice in mass production to these products. We use this to fill the gap that only with AutoSAR we cannot solve. For example, to collaborate with different multiple processors in a domain controller, or cross-domain collaboration with each other. We provide vehicle basic services and some vehicle data framework and message framework. So we use this layer to meet the requirements of OEMs in China and help them to efficiently develop their own applications. And as the development of AI, we also released the Neusoft AI framework in recent days. We use this to manage to do some basic management of data in the vehicle and the model. We use this as a model routing to route different requests to different models, for example, in the vehicle or in the cloud. And also we to finish some computing resource management in the vehicle. And also this framework, we build a bridge between the agent developers and the lower layer services. We make that the agent can no longer handwrite code to call the lower layer services in the vehicle. Currently we provide a MCP server for the agent to conveniently access the lower layer services in the vehicle. And also the tool chain we use this toolchain to cover all of these layers. So for legacy services, we can use the toolchain to automatically generate the SAM IP service code by service description input, and also we can generate the MCP server for the agent. So we can make its consistency for the AI framework agents, and also for the traditional apps in the vehicle. And after about 10 years dedicating to automotive basic software, Neusoft Reach has a lot of mass production experiences, and we have a lot of partners in the industry. Until now, we have more than 300 technical experts in AutoSAR field and the vehicle operating system field. And also, we have deployed our software in more than 100 vehicle models in mass production with more than 20 million sets of ECUs. And also, we have adapted our software to more than 100 chip models. And also, we have more than 150 partners, and more than 100 of them are our OEMs and tier clients. Okay, Neusoft Reach is deeply involved in AutoSAR. As we make a fast progress to push the AutoSAR product in mass production in Chinese market, and also we collaborate with AutoSAR China Center. We want to feedback our experience in mass production to the international standard. For example, we joined the IPC new concept group that to feedback our experiences in inter-processor communication in our real mass production examples. So looking to the future, that Neusoft Reach hope to work with industry partners to promote rapid implementation of CAPI project, and we want to make adaptive platform much more widely used, and freeing the developers from their repetitive labor, which has nothing to do with their business, and focusing all their energy on the business innovation is our original intention of Neusoft Reach's continuous effort. Okay, thank you.
So, thank you very much. Are there any questions from the room? I think he was the first one back there. Edward from Vector. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation. You laid out several improvements and recommendations for CAPI, which totally make sense. So I completely agree with you. What's your plan about CAPI? So have you already made up your mind how you want to contribute to CAPI? As a stack vendor, I think I can imagine it's a difficult decision, of course. So
yes, frankly, the organization have reached us for contribution to the release of CAPI code base, but as a commercial company, it's under our board discussion about open all these code bases, because in March this year we have a global business which we sold our AutoSAR stack to them. Maybe there are still legal problems, so we did not participate in the first version of the code. But we think that the CAPI is not the first release. It will not stop here. And also, for example, for the new versions of adaptive platform, the CAPI must not contain it. So we are now developing our release 25-11 version. We think that the new features that was introduced into AutoSAR in the new version, we can contribute to them in the later days. And also, as we mentioned about toolchain, as we all know that you cannot use copy separately without a toolchain. So we think that a toolchain may be a very very important component for copy, though. But until now, they are not including in the copy project. So we are maybe under discussions about how to make a usable toolchain to all the partners. So we think that we can contribute about these aspects. And also for certification, we think that if copy want to be used widely, there must help the users to pass the certification. So we think maybe some documents work or some we have to follow the development process, which is automotive grade. So we think that we can, for Neusoft Reach, maybe we will contribute in these fields. Thank you.